My name is Carlos Anthony, and I'm Michael Anthony's son.
Alright. Mr. Anthony, we're here today because it's a public viewing.
Yes.
So just give us an idea, the person, the country knows him as an author, but tell us about the man and just growing up with him, under him. Tell us a little bit about your father.
Well, I think my dad was somebody who, he has a national profile, but amongst my siblings, he was just a dad. He wasn't really, we didn't see him so much as Michael Anthony, the author, the great historian. We saw him as just a dad. So, but I did his books in school, so I know that, Cricket in the Road, Beyond San Fernando, Green Days by the River. They were so famous, but he just came home to us, and we knew him as Michael Anthony, the dad, not so much the historian, etc.
What was that like, doing his books in school amongst your classmates and,
Well, the one thing I remember about that I thought was so wonderful is that I never had to go and buy that book, so I could just go home, take the book off the shelf, and go, and I could use a different book every day because they have different covers, and it made me feel so special.
I wonder if they knew you had this special edition then.
Yeah, I could just go and pick a book off the shelf. Yeah, in San Fernando, Volume 1, and I go and say, okay, I'm taking this one today, another one tomorrow. So that little things like that. I was a child, so that's how that little things like that meant a lot to me.
What happens now with his body of work? Maybe not the ones on the shelves, but any thoughts and discussion amongst the family as to what happens now with a lot of his work and.
Well, the family is still discussing because he had such a large body of work, and there's been such an outpouring of support that we're still planning and trying to think of what to do with him. We want to make sure and honor him as best we can. He was a special writer, but he was a special person. So we want to make sure and honor him. We have plans going down the road, and as we finalize them, the public will be sure to know.
I came to pay my respects to Michael Anthony as someone who has contributed immensely, perhaps uniquely, to our understanding of ourselves as a people through his novels and his historical writing, and who was true to Trinidad and Tobago and to the Caribbean. And when someone like this passes an icon, truly an icon, because sometimes we use that word loosely, but he was truly an icon, then we have to pay our respects. And I knew him when the ODQ had our book fairs in the 1980s and early 90s, the Caribbean People's International Book Fair Festival, and he would have his books there. He would be selling his books and interacting and so on. And of course, that was another connection. I just met his children, and they shared a more personal connection with my father, which I wouldn't necessarily make public. But these Trinidad and Tobago was a small place, and I didn't know that. So I was very happy to know that their mother knew my dad in a professional capacity. And so, in a sense, I'm representing the family here too.
Mr. Abdulah, in terms of messages through his books and his life, so what do you think resonates or should resonate with people when they think of Michael Anthony?
I think that he has what he has done is to say, because his writings were done decades ago, his early writings, and therefore he was part of that generation that began to write in the Caribbean before independence, and we just celebrated independence yesterday. So there was a whole number of Caribbean writers who therefore affirmed who we were and are as a people without it having to be written by the other, meaning from a Eurocentric point of view. And that was very important to begin to lay the foundation for understanding ourselves from our point of view, because who writes the history tells the narrative, and therefore it's important for us to write our own history and therefore to tell our own narratives and not have our narratives told by others who don't understand us and don't appreciate truly who we are as a people, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the Caribbean as a whole.
Famous author of mine, Michael Anthony, public viewing, and I'm seeing some of the books that I read whilst attending school at Naparima College, right here in San Fernando. And this book, The Year in San Fernando, brings so much memories to me that I recall in my school days reading it and was able to identify with every street and every place he was speaking about in San Fernando and how San Fernando has changed since then. He has impacted me a lot, reading and expressing oneself. And I think it's a lovely opportunity for others to come and view and perhaps see some of his works here on display. It really lends itself well to our culture and our educational development in Trinidad.
Yes.